Now, there's no doubt about it that by far the two most anticipated Star Wars TV shows of 2023 is in fact The Mandalorian Season 3 and the Ahsoka Tano series starring Rosario Dawson, as well as, of course, the return of Din Djarin coming into play with The Mandalorian Season 3 by Pedro Pascal, and of course, the return of Grogu, and that whole dynamic of the story is what fans are really looking forward to. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing that a lot of the Disney executives are going through right now is regulating the franchise and trying to find ways and paths to really achieving a specific goal that's going to attract a lot of lost Star Wars fans that left the franchise, either due to the end of the sequel trilogy or what happened with Gina Carano, whatever have you. They're trying to obtain those fans to come back to the franchise by fulfilling their dreams come true, and exactly what Favreau and Filoni are up to right now behind the scenes. Now, given that there's a lot of things happening between many of the different Disney executives and Disney CEO Bob Chapek, and how that's all going to lend a lot of credit to the enhancement of the Star Wars franchise, what's even all the more intriguing is exactly what Chapek recently had to say that does really spark a light of hope within the Star Wars fandom and shows us a light at the end of the tunnel due to what Bob Chapek was able to say and unveil about the future of Star Wars and exactly what they're trying to do and how they have this new attitude of really treating the Star Wars franchise in a different way. Now, with that being said, alright, what's even all the more intriguing is that with Disney and Lucasfilm focused on their new projects that will be announced next year, both Favreau and Filoni are currently busy with the new Star Wars TV shows. However, in a recent interview with the Disney CEO, he went on to apologize to the Star Wars fans. Bob Chapek went on to state the following to the fandom: "We are very well aware that we had made some pretty substantial mistakes with the franchise, especially when Bob Iger was running the show. I want to directly apologize to the fandom based on the mistakes that Iger had made from the past and what we have made with some of our most recent projects." Of course, he's alluding to the Book of Boba Fett and or the Kenobi TV series without a doubt there. "We are now 100% focused on fulfilling the fans' dreams with many of the projects that are in development or ones that we are just beginning to actually brainstorm. It was never our intention to rush the Kenobi series, which is exactly what we did, but we had a deadline to actually fulfill, to get that series out on time, and we realize now that this probably was never the greatest call. It's why I personally informed both John and Dave that it was best to delay The Mandalorian Season 3 until the new year, in February, in order for us to achieve a project that will have no risk for error, where, of course, we are now taking time with our upcoming projects, including Ahsoka, and are gearing toward including many fun things in these shows that will surprise the community around the world." Now, in case you guys did not know, before I get to the next thing that Chapek says, is that yes, it was his call to delay The Mandalorian Season 3. It was not by Favreau or Filoni or even Kathleen Kennedy. This was all Bob Chapek. And you know what? I respect it. If, it's gonna really enhance, like he says, the Star Wars story, then so be it. For all you know, we already know that they are doing additional filming for The Mandalorian Season 3. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Mandalorian Season 3 is, yes, getting additional filming for the story to actually be elongated. Now, I'm not quite sure if that means more episodes or if it's going to mean longer episodes, either or it's going to turn out one of the other. Now, given that Chapek is admitting to the problems that actually arise from Bob Iger, and how he himself even made some mistakes with the Kenobi TV show, and of course, the Boba Fett series, alright? He's admitting to that, and he's promising the fans that everything down the line is going to be treated with great care. It's going to have a lot more time put into these shows, a lot more effort put into these actual series, and that's great news. Because let's face it, The Mandalorian Season 3, it was supposed to come out by this holiday season, give or take the end of November into December, but they delayed it until February because they wanted to add more layers to the story, and I respect that. So moving forward from all of this too, what's really exciting is exactly what Bob Chapek also had to say about Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni and what they have planned. So he goes on to unveil the following. That I know will. We have some pretty exciting characters joining the Star Wars live-action world that we will be announcing in 2023. Most of which, and many of which, will be making their way into Favreau's Mandalorian Season 4 and Filoni's Ahsoka. We are just so thrilled of what's about to come into play here. Now, aside from what Chapek stated, what he is alluding to is the appearance of Grand Admiral Thrawn, Ezra Bridger, Sabine Wren, Aira Syndulla, and of course other Legends characters aside from them, in both the Ahsoka series and Mando 4, just for starters, in different ways. Now, there will also be big appearances of Luke Skywalker down the road as well, that are still all storyboarded for Mando 4 and finalized, and other projects for him to appear once again for the hardcore fans. So here's the other thing about this, is that there's a lot of things happening with The Mandalorian Season 3 and 4, the Ahsoka series, that's going to bring in a lot of Rebels characters, Legends characters, so to speak, as well, and, of course, abandoned characters that never made it to Legends that George Lucas is going to revive. So, in case you guys did not know, George is the one who approved many of the Legends characters back in the day, in the 90s and the 2000s, even in the early 2010s, before the last book, Crucible, came out in 2013, just after Disney took over Lucasfilm. One of which, alright, we already know that there's a lot of abandoned characters that they are going to be bringing into the Star Wars canon. Basically, Legends characters that never made it into the comics and or the books. So that's another way to actually kind of give us original content that's really not anything new on their end, per se. They've known about these characters. So there's a lot of things happening. You know, Bob Chapek admitting that there were quite a number of issues with the Kenobi series and admitting to the fact that they rushed it. And it does make sense, because I've said this many times before, that the series really went through principal photography in a flash. I mean, they got that thing done in 3 months. Like, the main filming was all done in just a matter of 3 months. Maybe even a little bit less than that. You know, the preliminary stuff that was, you know, getting filmed, that doesn't really count. That's just all exterior shots and stuff around those lines. But everything to do with the actors and the actresses, that was all bundled up into like 2 months and change. I mean, they really breezed through the Kenobi show. So, with that being said, guys, you know, I think that there's a lot of things happening with the franchise. They're really trying to make sure that no other problems arise anything after Andor. You know, they want to make sure that Bad Batch, Tales of the Jedi, Mando 3 and 4, Ahsoka, etc. are going to be on point. So overall, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.